And in this clip, this man's explaining how Bitcoin can take advantage of people that don't really know why they're buying it. Because once the price goes up to 100, 200,000, some people are going to sell. But the thing is, the price is going to continue to go up forever. Marry your investments.
Bitcoin is designed to screw the people who have no idea why they own it. One of the characteristics of the guys who got stinking fucking rich on Microsoft, stinking rich, the common denominators, they never sold. And the faint of heart are going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to panic. They're going to say, I wish I'd never done it. And then it'll go up again. And you have to marry an investment. If it's a really good investment, you got to marry it. People say, don't marry an investment. Of course you should marry an investment. If it's the right idea, it didn't become a bad idea just because the price. Buy something you're willing to hang on to if it goes.
And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. We're going to get straight into it today. We got a jam-packed video taking a look at the Bitcoin price at the current time of this recording. We're coming in at 34,871. And it seems like Bitcoin is forming some type of fractal pattern. If we get to the charts, we can see that, we have this continuation of just green candle after green candle. This is on the daily, remember that. And it looks like this could be some type of flag pattern that is coming to the upside. Now, let's just see here. Is this going to have a breakout to the upside or downside? This could be a continuation. If we have a breakout, how high could this go? Where's the next technical target? Let's pull up the poll and see. This could take us all the way up to roughly that $42,000 threshold. I would say between 42 and 43, depending on where the breakout is. If it's the next day or two, this is going to be higher. So it actually could take this up to about between $42,000 and $43,000. So that's what we see in the charts. What we see in the short term. Bitcoin is looking very bullish. We have broke out of this key resistance level here. If we do get a pullback, this will be the level to pay attention to right here. This is around that $31,000 threshold. As you see, we hit our head on this once, multiple times here, and continuously got rejected. And we had some confluence looking back and left into the charts. If we extend this left, what do we see? What do we anticipate? So we see that this $31,000 threshold here, we broke through, hit our head once, twice, three, four times, and then broke through it. So if we do get a breakdown, we could come back down and retest this, flipping resistance to support before having that continuation to the upside. So that's what we see in the charts. That's what we see for Bitcoin. If you look at this chart here, risk versus return, 2020 to 2023. And if you see here, look at all this stuff down here. You got global hedge, corporations, EMs, SPX, China, gold. You got all of these investment vehicles. And this is the risk versus return. And you see the return here and the risk scale. You see everything is sort of clustered in this little subsection here. Look where Bitcoin is, way out here by itself. Has one of the highest risk, quote unquote, but the highest return. So are we going to see the narrative change where some of this money bleeds out and comes into Bitcoin? Most definitely. And to piggyback on top of that, Bitcoin round trips its way back up under 35K, as Fidelity's Timmer calls it exponential gold. The world's largest crypto remains in its green over the past 24 hours, but has slumped nearly 4% since the overnight high. So this is the latest from Fidelity, saying that it's not just gold, that being Bitcoin, but exponential gold. So this is, just major news. Because, exponential gold, that means it's not just a store of value, it's exponentially going to increase in price action too. So we're going to see higher price action. You have to be patient. The halving is around the corner. We'll take a look at this update here. Gert Van Leggen, he's saying that when Bitcoin breaks into the green zone after bouncing back from the lower black pitch fan trend, the parabolic surge will be followed. He's calling for 180 to 200K before the next halving. Does this seem likely? Well, if you look at this one, could this happen? We're not taking it out the realm of possibility. We're not saying that this can't happen. Now, if it does, well, we'll get there even faster. But if it doesn't, there's a good chance it can happen after the halving. But, this is something that Bitcoin hasn't done its entire life cycle. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but just based off of history, just solely history, this means that there could be a less likely probability of this actually happening. So we're not hating on Gert's take. It's a nice chart. It makes sense, but it'd be out of characteristic for Bitcoin to do that. Another update from CryptoCon. What he's looking at is the monthly Heikenhashi candles, and they're locked into green and will most likely stay 100% green for the rest of the bull run. This has happened every single bull run. You have the return to green after the first struggle move from here, and then green, 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 green. You get one red candle. Right here, struggle move, green, 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 one red, continuation. First struggle move, green, green, green. First struggle move. Are we going to see this continue to blast out and play out in this fashion? Either way it looks pretty bullish. So without further ado, let's hear from Arthur Hayes. What he's speaking on is this upcoming pending crypto bull market. We'll get his take and hear what he has to say. Let's hear from Arthur.
I think it's a legitimate viewpoint, but the things that people appreciate in Bitcoin changes depending on the cycle. I try to move up a level and say that simplistically, Bitcoin price is fiat liquidity plus technology. So right now we're focused on we usually be focused on the fiat liquidity piece, which is, okay, there's a lot of fiat, therefore Bitcoin's worth whatever it's worth, right? And that moves in cycles because the credit cycle moves, interest rates move, the liquidity expands and contracts. And so the Bitcoin price will do that as well. But when you start focusing on the technology, what is the technology of Bitcoin? It's peer-to-peer decentralized money. It's that I can own $1 billion worth of an asset in my brain. That's the technology. And when I have that fiat liquidity and I add the technology to it, then what I get double happiness. I get the biggest bull market that we've ever seen. Because the global bond market is however many umpteen trillions. If those investors start questioning the premise that bonds are volatility reducing on a portfolio level and that governments can do what it takes to maintain the bond market's purchasing power in energy terms, then holy fuck, the sky is the limit on where Bitcoin, tech stocks, any of these farmland, Patek Philippe watches, whatever it is that you want to view, it's just going to all go nuts because there's so much money in bonds. If people lose faith in the bond market and this fiat artificial construction that we've created over the last 80 to 100 years, this global economy and how it's been structured, if we lose confidence in that, then the amount of money that's going to be looking for an alternative is going to be something that we've never seen before.
So from Arthur Hayes, he's telling you right there that it is time for you to buckle up. He's saying that we could see astronomical returns that we haven't seen ever in any type of market just because of all the setups, the macro and micro environment. So right now is the time that you would want to have been stacking Bitcoin. Is it time to diversify? We talked about this briefly in other videos. We'll do a deep dive in the future, but right now it's a Bitcoin uptrend. You want to be in Bitcoin, Bitcoin's dominance, everything is going to the upside, and right now it's seeming pretty bullish. So with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.